coming in hot.
I feel like it's been, every once in a while the universe tells you like, hey, it's not going to be your day. I've had like that morning. Yeah. No. I mean, I'm happy and I'm like, it's not terrible, but just sometimes life hands you a S sandwich.
Oh yeah. So sometimes it gets off on the wrong foot.
Yeah. We're coming in here live because my brain
2 hours
like
of sleep.
So I stayed up late working on a project that like gets me going.
Yes,
right? And something we've been working on for weeks.
valid
and,
cause.
Like, what I've learned is that like when I get that
flow state,
like that like urge to do, like just ride it.
Yes,
especially in the job we work in. Like, hey, nobody's like relying on me on my 8 to 5. Like, if I've got like a moment of inspiration, like just drive it. If that's 4 in.the morning, it's 4 in.the morning. And if it's
I actually heard that on like one of my hustle porn feeds the other day. They're like, dude, if you're like laying awake at 2 in.the morning and you can't sleep, get out of bed. I did that the other night. My wife was out of town and I couldn't sleep, and I ended up getting up, pulling my laptop to bed, like got my dog stuck here. And I mean, like, hey, when there you go.
Inspiration strikes, right?
So like for me, I knock myself out at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
It's like I've got my Huberman sleep
I'm texting
stack.
you like reels and stuff, and you're texting me back, and I was like, dude, I know this is past your bedtime. Because
like,
I'm in the middle of it.
Like the other night, it literally got me. I was on the lock screen and just setting it down on the charger, and beep. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because I get ideas like I'll be watching like doom scrolling through reels, and I'll be like, ooh, like let's rip this, right? Somebody's got a really good.
I sent you a couple of these guys in Austin where it's like I really like their model.
Yeah,
and it also gets us right sized in the terms of pricing and. Because everybody has the tendency to get high on their own supply and think they're fancier than they are. And that's like one of the things that we're kind of dissecting here is what is scalable, what is doable, and what has value versus, what you think or what your opinion is.
Yeah.
Because like the market will decide. First and foremost. And then on the back end, it's like, okay, what can we do? So we got Isaac, the intern over there.
Oh, yes. Isaac's here today.
What's up?
Hey, Isaac. Yeah.
Of course, we got Austin at the wheel. Cruz is on his way. So we're going to have like a new little team huddle after we're done here. Just because, I mean, like, for example, Cruz, it's like, okay, we got a badass creative that is just like off his rocker out there making cool shit every day. But it's like, okay, well, we can't just throw that on the menu. And
because it's not scalable, right? Like one nice little nugget of ideas we can't scale to all of
and even the ones that are replicable, it's still okay. Well, we can't throw that onto his workflow because then that derails that train.
Yeah.
So it's like okay, and then we have the different layers of editing. Process, transaction and project flow.
Yeah, how do the back end people like see it, and how is it flagged a certain way? We're like, oh, I'm supposed to do X with that.
Right. So that's my current obsession. Is like I was watching these things this morning. The guys from Austin that we're going to steal everything from. Their flow with Frame.io and Slack and a bunch of other things where they actually get client participation in the process where it's like, hey, you come in, you do all of your content that we help you script, we help you brainstorm, mastermind the whole thing. You come in, you shoot all the raw materials with us based on what we outline, and then they have input on the back end, just like overseeing the process of like, oh, I look, like, oh, that's not my good side. Or, I like how that came out in the lighting or whatever. Versus, because as well as I do, there's this long standing thing where you make something and you think it's kick ass and the client shoots it down in a nanosecond. And then you're like, whoa,
I'm so proud of it.
Yeah.
You walk chest out, being like, look what I made.
Yeah.
And they just shit all over it.
You send it out. You're like, oh man, they're just going to love the shit out of this. Not so much.
Been there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you were working on some stuff this morning.
Oh yeah. So to finish my universe story. So I get up. I realize that it is too late. My wife actually tells me that I'm like an hour later than I thought it was when I finally got out of bed, and it's raining. And last night I have almost perfected the smash or Shake Shack Smoke Shack burger on the Blackstone. Do you know what Shake Shack? So Shake Shack's a burger place.
Oh yeah, I know what it is, but I don't know what.
So one of my favorite burgers out there, they make this thing called the Smoke Shack, and it's like bacon and cherry pepper relish and like just greasy.
I'm in.
Yeah. So I had ChatGPT. I was like, hey, no, seriously. I was like, hey, ChatGPT, like we're gonna rip this off. And it sends me, it's like, I got you. Gave me the sauce, gave me the right type of buns to buy, the right type of meat to buy, like how to cook it all, gave me direct. I'm going to do a video on it just to be like, hey, like, thank you, ChatGPT.
Right.
It made, the burgers were so good on Friday or on Saturday night that my wife made me cook them for dinner on Sunday.
Oh,
like we had leftovers.
okay.
She's like, yeah, let's do that again. Let's run.
All right. Request lines are open. Yeah.
So anyway, when I get up, I realize the Blackstone is uncovered and it's raining. So like the water's like a death sentence for the
okay.
for the
So that's
iron.
like, okay, that's verboten.
So I'm there in just like my boxers, no shirt, no shoes, no nothing, outside, like trying to wheel this Blackstone in, get it in the garage, and then I'm walking through the laundry room and the worst feeling in the world, barefoot dog shit.
Yeah.
Like squished between the toes. And my dog had been sick all last night. So like every hour we were getting up, like, so I went to bed. Yeah. So I went to bed late. And then like every 45 minutes or an hour, my dog was just having tummy issues. So like she'd go sit by the front door. And I guess one of the times we were sleeping and she didn't make it and we didn't catch it till this morning. I found out the hard way.
Oh, so that was like a dog door to the garage?
Yeah. We've got a big dog door that goes outside, but I close it at night because there's a bobcat that lives in I've got a really cool picture of it. It lives in the storm sewer in our cul-de-sac. And it uses it as like a super highway system. And so I don't want and we've got a camera in the backyard on our bird feeder that will catch like raccoon and possum and things like that. And I just don't want them coming through and being like,
like
the dog food's right there.
Post
and just
up
being
in
like,
the garage.
I smell some, ended up with another cat or something. So we close that at night so they can't get out after, I go to bed. So anyway, that was my morning, and then I call you, and I'm like in a panic, being like, fired up, or not fired up Friday, Monday morning, whatever it is,
Monday morning meltdown.
Monday morning meltdown. So I feel like it's only up from here.
Oh like, absolutely, nowhere to go but up.
Yeah. So gosh, what were we talking? So I was showing you as part of the framework that we're making. I'm trying to build this workshop where clients can walk away with like a pitch video, and we're working.
Yes.
We've got a partnership with Pitch 59, who does a digital card that does some really cool stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool stuff. But I want to get them in the framework of like, hey, here's less than 30 seconds. Here's my hook. Here's my dialing into my niche market, like, who I'm talking to. Here's my story. Here's like a value, something I'm providing for free. Here's a call to action that's directly tied to value. So it's not like, give me a call or send me a DM or when you're looking to sell, like none of that. It's directly tied to like, hey, you're stupid if you don't do this next step.
Yes.
Right.
Back to the Hormozy thing.
Back to Hormozy. Right. So getting their skin in the game. And if we can build that in just like a framework, it becomes replicable, right?
Yes.
New idea, like here's the different angle to approach this client from here and from here. I think that framework just works in a way that we can repeat it.
Well, and
that's the goal,
how you're saying the drill down and the niche is, because you can't be all things to all people.
Then you're nothing to no one.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's just categorically impossible. Mm-hmm. And a lot of folks just, and we've been guilty of it just from the standpoint of just throwing content out there. Mm-hmm. But like last week, we drilled down, we shot the promos, and those got rave reviews, by the way. And it was like, I was like, wow, okay, so I don't know, we got probably 700 or 800 views organically. And then I'm running the ad in the background with, I had to relearn Ads Manager because it's been changed like 300 times. And so the jury's out on that. So I only did $5 a day because it's like, well, let's just not, let's learn the gimmick versus, let's just throw shit tons of money at this thing and in the wrong direction,
Yeah.
But that is...
Yeah, so it's a moving target, and sometimes you need like tracer bullets.
Yes.
Right? To see where your shot's going. You're like, okay, that hit, right?
Yeah.
Let's shoot it again.
And, and the biggest thing now is, I don't know about other years, but it's like, man, this year's kind of sucked because of the weather.
Oh, July. So Kat was looking. It is significantly wetter this year, and the summer specifically has been
ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
obviously, like the floods and everything, but like here in DFW, it's like, holy shit, it rains it's rained every day.
Every afternoon, and it says it's not, and that's what messes with our schedule. Like that's worse than anything. Like, tell me what the weather's going to be. I'll be good. Like we'll figure it out. Like we'll work things around. It's when it's not going to rain and we've got 4 shoots going at the exact same time and we got to play musical chairs. Yeah. And that's
So now, and of course, whenever that happens, the horribilizer just kicks in and it's like, oh my God, we're going out of business. I'm gonna freak out. Because
nobody likes us. What are we gonna do? Because of the weather.
Helps. Yeah, because that helps. Doing that helps. But shout out to Colette and Isaac the intern being here because we've now also got next up, where was I at? GPT. So dialing it in for this week.
Oh.
Attention is the asset.
Okay.
Yeah, so this week's promos are going to be about live streaming because, when we were at 198.5 the other night, kick-ass talk with Matt Hilton. Shout out, Matt.
Yeah, hey, Matt.
And, come to find out that he had been charged a lot more money to do a show at another rather popular place in town and kind of locked in, but he still wants to, he's still definitely wanting to do it. And I was like, okay, well, if we come at it from a little bit more of a practical place. So I'm thinking like, okay, the manager special or whatever will be like for $250 an episode. You come in and just live stream it.
Yeah.
Where it's like you come in, sit down and talk. And then, we give you off the hard drive. It's like we'll record it while you're doing it, but more importantly, it'll go out live to whatever your platforms are.
Yeah.
And for nothing, other than just practice, it's the perfect way to get your feet wet. And, because live is there and gone, and nobody's going to worry about, oh, wait, I didn't say that right or whatever. It's like, just keep talking,
Well, that's great because it forces you, like, even if you get hung up on yourself, you can't be like, oh, stop, like, go over it. Yeah, you're just like, I guess we're pushing straight through. It teaches you to push straight through.
Yes, and just like playing in a band or playing live is way different than sitting on your couch learning the intro to a song and be like, I'm just going to start, oh, wait, hold on, wait.
Back that up. Oh, that riff wasn't right.
Wait. And it's like, no, dude, just keep going.
And if you wait to, like, nail that riff, it's never,
right.
You're never going to lay down that track.
Right.
Not once.
Now, I am definitely guilty of ready, fire, aim. A lot of the times, but I don't know any other way to be now because once I realized that in the grand scheme of things it doesn't matter as long as you're doing something that advances the ball forward. But so like here, live streaming, while your business doesn't have a lead problem, it has an attention problem.
Okay.
And one of the things is, as you know, whenever we go live, that goes to the top of everybody's feed, and regardless of platform. So we have the capability to go to 15 platforms at once. Everything from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and then all of the other ancillary Twitch, Rumble, everything under the sun.
Yeah.
If you've got an account and it allows you to stream, we can do that.
Yeah.
And there you just you come in, give us admin access as a streaming tag, basically the stream key, and we're good to go. And live converts better. Just because there's something about it. It's like, oh, they're happening live. And the fact that the platforms all recognize it. Even back whenever we would record the women on Friday, pretend that it was Wednesday, and then put it out live on Wednesday, it never got the reaction that Wayne and I would get Friday morning.
Yeah.
Because somehow, some way,
well, people want to like catch you. I think they want to catch you in the live and like the viewer. They want to come in and be like, hey, I see you, like big wave at you and everything. And that's super great. I don't think that on these lives the expectation is somebody's going to stick around all.
Oh no, 40, not at all.
Like we're going to catch and be like, oh, I've got 30 minutes. I'm going to sit down and see what Rick and Tanner are up to.
Let me take all of this in.
Yeah, but it does give us the visibility, right? As we're scrolling through the feed, they're going to stop in for 30 seconds, a minute. If you look at the analytics on some of our stuff, we get a lot of like watch rate for like 38 seconds, I think, and then there's like a huge fall off because everybody's checking in with us.
Right, and everybody's on their phone. I mean, it's like my attention span has been atomized by social media and just life in the 21st century. And it's like I grew up pre-internet. There was it's like if the movie wasn't in the theater, you didn't get to see the movie. There was a bunch of stuff that I didn't have shit on demand ever.
Like when it's commercial break, you run into the fridge, popcorn, you come back, you don't miss the thing. Exactly.
And it's like anything that was on demand was what you had in the house. And even in the days pre-VHS, there was nothing. It's like what's on is what's on. But now take that into consideration for today. The algorithm will, at the very least, it's what you said about visibility. If we're live and somebody logs in and they follow us or friends with us, they'll see us first, no matter what. Now, whether or not they watch, who cares?
And because it's visibility.
It's
right?
the visibility.
It's saying like,
they know we exist.
Consistent visibility, even if they're there for 30 seconds, right? I see people all the time, and I know they're not watching the whole thing, but they're like, hey, I see the podcast thing you're doing. What's great, what makes this actually safer than it feels sometimes. The live can be scary, right?
Oh yeah.
What makes it feel safer is the knowledge that like people are going to fall off, and what we're going to be able to do with this live content is I'm going to say something that might be worth somebody hearing, and you might say something that somebody might need to hear, and we cut that, right? We pull that out, and we put it in a way that people just see that little nugget, and that's the value, right? We get the visibility of doing all this.
Well, yes, and that ties back into your idea of the subject matter expert.
Oh yeah,
you know, and then now we have the benefit of Austin dialing everything in. So like today, he did red on the floor, blue on the underlight.
Ooh, okay.
On the
We're
undercarriage. Undercarriage is blue today.
All right.
Yeah. He just said, and he got the skirts.
Oh yes, new skirts, so you can't see my feet when I come in here and just
my
no
slip
pants.
isn't showing.
Yes.
You know, my skirt under the table. But like that, where if somebody scrolls past this, they at least see that like, okay, we're live, we're doing stuff, we exist. And it looks cool, you know. It's not a shitty green screen on a Zoom call, you know, in my home office.
Yep, and I'm going to hit them again later in the afternoon or tomorrow with the little nugget of what you missed, right? Because they're probably not here for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
right?
Of course not. No.
So it just reinforces like, oh, Rick and Tanner are going live every, a couple times. Rick's on. I see you everywhere, right? That's what I see you everywhere. What do they mean when they say they see me everywhere, right? That means that I just happen to hit them. Like every time I'm caught in their algorithm, every time they open their phone, boom, there's something by
ubiquitous in the feed.
Exactly.
And that's really what we're shooting for. And if everybody would think in terms of that versus a specific 1-to-1 ratio of action versus outcome, because that's the surefire way to be disappointed. You know, it's like, oh, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to get that. Well, if that doesn't happen, then what? You know, but if you say, I'm going to do this and see what happens, or I'm going to do this in the interest of visibility, name recognition, and just lather, rinse, repeat to stay top of mind, or just keep putting it out there, now you're getting it. And they'll figure out what you do. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And so to that, another shout out to Colette for let's get down.
You guys getting all this?
Yeah.
Speed readers?
Yes. So here we go. Check this out. When we're done here, we're going to cut some promos, and we're going to do in the style of Brendan Kane.
Ah, yes. That's actually in the workshop that I'm building right now. I've got a whole 3 slides on Brendan Kane hook point, because I'm at the end of that hook points book.
Love it.
And so I'm trying to incorporate a lot of that, because there's a good formula. So like, hey, here's how you in 3 seconds. Here's how I need to get somebody to stay. Right.
Yes.
I want to hook them. I want to magnet, and then I want to tell them a story.
Right.
So anyway.
And so we'll be doing that today.
Cool.
And so that'll be the next layer of content to throw out there, with the idea of it being live, where, okay, come in and go live. And, we can always do a 4K recording, at least on one camera, and then also do the hard drive recording, which is fairly automatic. You hit one button and it just records. But that gives the end user the raw material to then parse it up, whether we do it for you for a minimal
modest fee.
Yeah, for a minimal fee. We can do that for you, or you can have the raw files. And I say raw in the sense of they're not trimmed. There's like all the jibber jabber that we've done here at the beginning before we actually went live on the internet is still on the file.
Yes.
So there may or may not be national secrets in there.
Okay. So you're saying like $250 to come in and do that SME thumb. Okay.
Yeah. No, not the SME.
Not the SME. It's 300.
Just sit down and go live.
Okay, sit down and go live.
Yeah.
Time frame on that? 30 minutes?
Yeah, 30 minutes. Yeah, okay. Or an hour in here. I mean, it's like, so basically it's like if you want, but you got to do it.
If you can talk for an hour, we'll give it to you for
right.
$250.
Yes.
I'm going on record saying that that's an absolute steal, and you can go shop that around town and nobody's going to.
Right. And but again, you're going to give us $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
You got to come in every week and do it.
Yeah.
It can't be like, I went and did it once live. Well, nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
It's like, that'd be great for like putting your toe in the water.
Okay. So it's like $250 a session.
Yes.
So it comes out to roughly $1,000 a month.
And then we would say like, okay, and on the weeks or the months there are 5 weeks, well then it's your lucky month, because the thing is, most people won't do it. They'll want to because they want to have the feeling that they think they will get when they tell somebody they have a podcast.
Okay. So this is much better for somebody that's showing up with like consistency. It's like every day I've got something to talk about. I'm going to drip something out live, where I'm just trying to parse these two offerings, right? So everybody kind of understands where the SME, the subject matter expert offering, is really to come in, and we've got a very specific thing that we're talking about. We're dialed in with the script or the rough script. I always want to keep that pretty loose because I want the authentic use to come out.
Yeah, you want a little bit of improbability.
But that's where we're going to give you, a bunch of different pieces of content that you can drip out on yourself. $300,
yeah.
$250, come in every single week.
Yes.
Create your own new live content.
Yeah.
You're now responsible for the parsing of that.
Yes.
But that's it's a deal. It's great.
And the idea being that this is the easiest way for somebody to build that evidence. Because, if somebody looked at our Facebook or YouTube or whatever, it's like, there's like boatloads of content. You know what I mean? But for somebody that has nothing, okay, well, this is the easiest way to establish, because today is 83 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Thank you. But like if you think even 20 minutes a week for 83 weeks.
So do you think we come up with a gimmicky little like AA coin sticker?
Oh, like a 30
like a 30-day.
Oh, I love it.
Like
dude.
you do like 4 weeks live. You get your
you get your 30-day chip.
Yeah, you get your 30-day chip.
I love it.
I thought it was funny because back to recovery.
I absolutely have an extensive chip collection throughout the years.
I don't know. Would that be doing like, I don't want to cheapen like the value.
No, you can't.
I don't want to offend somebody by saying like, "Oh, we should give out AA chips." And that's something that's actually really sacred.
My thing there would be like, dude, if you effed your life up bad enough to go to AA, there ain't nothing. You're already cheap, bro. You're already Dollar Tree at best.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
So like, don't be so fancy. That's what, because everybody comes in, they're like, oh no, what is everybody going to think that I'm going to have to get sober? It's like, oh, bro, really?
Everybody's going to be super happy. Yeah. I promise you're only happy. You're only fun in your own worry.
Head. Oh no.
Yeah, that's funny.
So we got our hooks here. We've got everything dialed in. So what is next on your menu of, so you got pitch 59.
So I've been building, the idea is I need to make sure that, and in this workshop I'm doing, my first probably 15% of it is making sure that everyone understands that niching down and finding a specialization has value, and you'll be able to grow that way. By being more specific, you can actually do more.
Yes.
And so it's getting past the, I don't want to box myself in, which I hear a lot when I start talking about it.
You'll have the agent that lives in McKinney that takes a listing in Burleson.
Yeah, and I was like, why are you driving 3 hours for an open house? Let's just really think about it. So instead of boxing yourself in like being a magnet, and there's all sorts of research. Like there's something called the halo effect, right? Which has been studied pretty extensively, and that means that what they mean by that is people will believe you to be more competent in other areas if they find you an expert in one.
Yes.
So the idea is that by showing up for a specific audience, a specific group, your knowledge and your expertise kind of spills over unwarranted into other areas.
And I think part of the halo effect too is where if somebody is passingly familiar with the subject and you're totally full of shit, now nothing you say matters. And the inverse is also true.
Yeah, inverse.
It's like if I know a little bit about VA loans or whatever, and I go like, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. And all of a sudden, then that person has elevated their overall credibility.
Yep. So again, the design, the idea around the workshop that we're building is I want to focus on dialing in our audience and building a compelling message through storytelling that uses a framework that's replicable. Right. So starting off building hooks. Most important thing, every single video should have a hook. We need to craft that and be intentional with that. It's not going live and being like, hey, it's me, and I just wanted to give you a market update, right? And like, done, right?
Yeah.
We need to craft that first 3 seconds to say like, hey, this video's for you. Stay here for a little bit, right? And then we move into what Courtney Benson, who was here last week, does a really good job. She always hits you with a hook, and then she hits you with like her audience, her introduction value prop for her. It's always like, here's my hook, and it's like, I'm Courtney Benson, I do this for this. Like, here's who I'm talking to, here's my unique value, and then she rolls into a story, right? The story is the one that talks to our limbic brain, right? The thing that deals with all the emotion that doesn't have a capacity for language. She makes us feel good, like we trust her.
When it resonates.
Right? And then we give away something for free. We give away value, something that probably is tied to our hook, the thing that we promised we were going to give in the beginning.
Yes.
We should give that away for free. And then we incorporate a call to action that is not, give me a call, right? Or DM me. We create a call to action that is directly tied to value that they'd be stupid not to take advantage of.
Love it.
Right?
Back to Hormozy.
That's the whole formula. And we can rinse and repeat for any market, any subject, any niche, and each niche can extrapolate on that. So it's really exciting. I actually started creating some some scripts, some sample scripts for this, and I've created. I won't share it today. We'll probably post it later. But I created a 60-second like intro using this model, specifically for an agent that helped veterans and also specializes in new construction. Right. And so I'm building one
that is super drilled down.
Yeah, super drilled down. I want veterans and new construction. And there are two different Venn diagrams. And when they overlap, like there's synergy there with my expertise, but I can serve each one. And then I'm doing one for somebody that specializes in golf course homes, lakefront communities, established neighborhoods or established communities. Because like sometimes it's just geography.
Yeah.
Saying like, hey, I've got 3 kids. I live in Central Plano, and like I want to focus on everything, being a mom in Plano, parks, school districts.
Just like Mary Reeves in West Plano can rattle off every subdivision that feeds into every elementary, middle, high school. Like,
so I want to say, like, let's specialize in that, and then when you focus on that, creating the content becomes really easy because I know exactly who I'm talking to. It's not anybody who may potentially want to buy a house or sell a house sometime. Right?
Yeah.
I want to talk to somebody specifically. Do you have old aging parents that are looking to move into an assisted living facility? Let me help you with that.
Downsize, probate. All that. Yeah.
I built the resources out. Like these videos are great, but there's always got to be a tie to a call to action with value. So you have to start creating things, supplemental material that continues to support them while they're going through the process before they need you. Right?
Yes.
Before they're Googling best real estate agent or best title company or best insurance, whatever in Dallas, you need to be supporting them and serving them leading up to that. And when you niche down, when we talk about, let's say your heart's acting up, right? Do you go to a doctor or do you go to a cardiologist, right? You're getting married.
Yeah, you're not going to the first aid state.
You're getting married, right? When you're Googling that, are you looking for a party planner? I'm looking for a wedding planner, right? If I'm going to, my kids are getting braces. Am I going to calling my dentist, or are we going to an orthodontist? Right? Specialization matters, and when it matters, we tend to specialize. I'm in the process right now of going through probate. I'm the executor of an estate, and there's property out of state that I've got to deal with. I've got to do this this
a lot of moving parts there.
Yeah, it sucks. Probate sucks. And any of you realtors that are specialists in that space, God bless you, because there's a lot of juggling, and it's a tough situation most of the time. But I got a property in Ohio. Did I Google best realtor in Ohio?
Right.
No, I went straight. I was like, I'm looking for somebody that does probate, somebody that can help me with this specific
That's their
issue,
jam. Yes.
Right. So there's real value in drilling down the specialization. And again, halo effect. We give credit to people for being knowledgeable in other spaces that are outside of that core competency that they've been advertising. And it is the way forward. This is the way.
I love it. What is it? Niche. You hear say niches or riches.
Are you niche or niche? Because I think like as I teach this, it's niche, but like somebody's going to come in there and say niche, and I realize that it's going to be like nails on a chalkboard for somebody in the room. Yes. Like I'm gonna, no matter how I say it, somebody's going to get their.
But there's riches and niches.
Riches and niches.
Yeah.
And snitches get stitches.
Yes. Absolutely. So like nobody talk about this ever.
Yeah.
To anyone.
So what else? What else are we doing?
I think it's about time to cut some promos.
Okay, we're gonna bail then.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna stay here, but you guys don't have to watch the next part.
Yes.
Till later.
Yeah, it'll be posted later.
All right.
Keep your eyes out. All right, brother.
Thank you. Happy Monday. Hang in there.